So we're talking about unlearn money, right? So when I say it is so freaking crazy, it's crazy how we were like put into a program to teach us how to just be workers, teach us how to be employees, teach us how to just listen and follow instructions, and that's it. Don't think, don't question nothing, just follow instructions, do this, do that. That's it, right? You gotta understand that everybody wants this key. The key is freedom. Everybody cannot have this key. Because if every single person had this key, then the world wouldn't work the way that it would work, right? It would work differently, right? And so I'm thinking about how we're not taught anything about credit. We're not taught anything about taxes. We're not taught anything about leveraging money. We're not taught anything about owning everything and controlling nothing, right? So there's trust, LLCs, corporations, our lawyers, doctors, are the things that you go to college for that actually benefit you in some type of way, right? But for the most part, people who are where everybody else want to be, they don't work for money. They make money work for them. They have systems. And this is something that I realized, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I realized this shit a long time ago. But the thing is, it's like once you figure out something, you figure out the answer. Now you have to figure out the equation as to how you get this answer, right? So the answer is financial freedom, make money work for you, make systems work for you, make money in your sleep, passive income, stuff like that. We already know what's at the end of that. What we have to do is make the solution on top of it. Like, what is this thing on top of it, right? And then I went through um, a phase where I felt like it was only one way to make money. It was only maybe it's a business everybody in. So when people go around and be like, "Oh, what does she do? What did he do? How do you do this? How do you do that?" And then you realize that money is everywhere. You can make money. You can make money out of the most successful business out of literally doing anything. I'm talking about quick, fast, and in a hurry. You can immediately do it fast as hell. And what you want to do is allow yourself to be like smart about the decisions that you make, right? So when people be like, don't take advice from nobody who you wouldn't want to be like, that shit is literal. If you would not trade specific lives with this person, don't take advice from this person. I just posted a video the other week talking about lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is a thing. And it's basically when you decide to like just hurry up and do something. Hurry up and get your dream car. Hurry up and get your apartment. Hurry up and just get the fastest job that'll hire you the quickest. And that's not a real thing because you will find yourself stuck in a situation that is like not sustainable. And it's like, okay, what's next? Continue to do this for the rest of my life until when? People experience burnout like that. That's why some people experience burnouts within the first couple of months. Some people experience burnout within the first couple of weeks, right? And so when it comes to money, money is energy. Money is money is an idea. Money, you will really realize how easy money is. Money is energy. Money is something that's supposed to work for you and that you're not supposed to work for. And people are going to try to tell you the opposite. Like, no, you just gotta do this, you just gotta do that. And if you do the math, it'll never work. Just like I said, I posted a video on foundations. Anything that you're getting ready to do, you gotta build out the map to figure out how long will it take me to get to my result, right? Or what it is that I want. So say you want $1 million. If you're working at a gas station that only pay you $16 an hour, when would you get $1 million? And that's when you realize never, it'll never happen. You have to have a foundation. Like Then you got to figure out, how do people make millions of dollars? People make millions of dollars by one, selling things. Something has to be for sale. By two, having systems. It can be software, it can be something in real life, it can be something on earth, but it has to be something where somebody else is helping you do the work. You're just the person who is the boss. Like, you can never make it being a worker. You could never. So if you work in a job that is paying you, like I said, $16 an hour, how would you get $1 million? If you want that Corvette, you want that Lamborghini, you want all that, at what year would you get $1 million? And whenever I was in like 10th and 11th grade, I started doing math like this, because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew I wanted to have a lot of money. I knew I wanted to be successful, and I knew I wanted to be something that was like something that was to be looked up on, like a person that was like really successful, right? And so when I went down this rabbit hole of, oh, how am I going to be rich and successful? I was like, maybe I can work here. But if I only make $15 an hour, when would I ever make $1 million? Never, right? People who make $1 million, this is what they do. I'm going to tell you. One, they leverage other people's money. So it could be through credit, it could be through funding, it can be through anything. Two is they create systems that create them passive income. Like, passive income is where you're not there. I got into a whole thing where I started selling digital products online and calling it passive income. That's not passive income. Passive income is where you're not even there and you make the money. When people say make money in your sleep, once you can go to sleep and wake up to money that you was not there for, that's when you free. Okay? And what we're talking right now is unlearning money, right? They teach us to just get a job and go to college and do all this because they don't want everybody at this height, but it takes for the ones to that really deserve this to sit down and understand this, right? So those are the first three things. One, make money work for you. You got to have a system, and you have to leverage somebody else's money, not a person. Or it could be a private lender, it could be something, or um what else, like a bank, cars, anything, right? Number three is networking. You have to be in front of people who do what you do. That's why most people be like, it's not what you can do, it's who you know. It's really, 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 really about who you know. You have to put yourself in spaces where people are who you would call and consider to be successful. You got to be around these people and hang around these people and meet these people on a different level so that you can see yourself where these people are. Networking is so important. That's why a lot of people, they have so freaking. Do you know? I read a whole documentary like weeks ago about even people who have college degrees. Even people who have college degrees, they can't even get jobs because they're not around people who are qualified to get them a job. People who got who people who is certified whatever. They probably got their masters, they probably got their bachelors. They cannot get hired onto a job because they haven't networked. Networking is key. Networking and putting yourself in front of other people and getting in spaces and stuff, that's what's going to take you the fastest from where you at to where you want to be within 2 days. I'm talking about you can literally go somewhere and meet somebody and them tell you some information or them give you a job in the next 2 days just by being there. Another thing I would say is building a strong foundation. You know, when people say you want to own nothing and control everything, you have to not only operate just from your own name. You gotta first have you a trust. Then you want to open up you a corporation. Put your corporation in your trust. Your life insurance that you have, you want to have that in your trust. You want to have all of your assets in your trust. Your businesses, you want to have it in your trust. Um, then you want to have your LLC. You got to think about it. When you just get up and open up an LLC, first thing they're gonna ask you is, "What's your name? You know, what's your social security?" And I realized that like through doing it myself. Like that's not the way to just own nothing and control everything. Because even if somebody say something to you personally, boom, they already know what your LLC is. That's why first you have to get you gotta get you a trust first, get you a corporation first, and then get you a LLC. It's so many tiers to this that it's like I can't even break it down on this live all at once. But with you doing these steps, I'm pretty sure, like I know for a fact, this is like something that's gonna help you, you know? Because it's basically just like the title saying, unlearning the money, you know? So you don't want to put yourself in any bad debt too. That's another debt. Um, understand that America is built off of debt. Walmart, Target, it don't matter. Starbucks, it don't matter. What's another store, y'all? With Dixie, um, every business is in debt because every business got their money from the bank. That's what you have to do. You have to get your money from whatever lender that you get it, invest it in your business, and your profits, every single dollar amount that you get, immediately invest it, dump right back into the business. All right. The second thing is budget your money off perfect. Like it's gonna be a percentage. Maybe you do the 50-20-30. Not 50-20-30. What it is, like, or it could be the 40-20-20, however it's gonna be. But the majority of your money is gonna have to go right back into investing into the business. That's how you pay yourself first. I'm telling y'all a combination of things I done read, I done seen, I done experienced, all that. Every dollar amount that you get, that's why broke not I'm not gonna say broke people, but like people who not successful, they just go get their paycheck. As soon as they get their paycheck, they just pay their bills and then that's it. Probably like say like $100 worth. That's not what you do. You get your money, you immediately put a percentage of that money back into your business to help you make more money, right? And then you save some of it, and then you have a percentage of it where you can just spend it on whatever that you want to spend it on. You gotta have money management. Whenever I say unlearn money, I mean unlearn money in a way of how to budget your money too. Because that's why a lot of people go back broke, because even if they have a successful business, they still don't know how to manage money. Money is a language. Money is a language that you have to learn how to speak. Money is energy, and money is a tool that can either get you out of your situation or put you in a worse situation. Do not put yourself in bad debt. Bad debt is when you go and you get a loan and you use your credit for something expensive that's not making you more money, it's it's just taking money away from you. Good debt is where it's making you more money, right? So understand what good debt is and bad debt. Because once you do that, you will be able to be a step closer. You know, as I just said, a lot of that and within like the first 15 to 20 minutes, but that's how you do it, y'all. Make sure y'all do these things and like watch me do it as well. Because like I said, like I just posted a video I was talking about months ago. I'm doing this shit. Like I'm doing this and I'm not letting nobody take it away from me. I'm not letting nobody tell me nothing what to do. Like a lot of people, they telling me, oh no, just don't even have no business. You need to just go to college. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I can do that, but I still have to have a structure in what it is that I'm doing, you know, and I want people to come along with me on this journey and just continue to listen to my tips and tricks that I'm telling y'all, because I've had multiple businesses. I've done a lot of stuff. Like my first business that I had, I was doing online selling. I knew that was how to make money, but because I didn't understand money management, I went right back down to zero within the first couple of weeks because I just got money and went shopping. You don't do that. You get money. If your business is making money, you don't take money from your business and put it into your personal life and go buy you some shoes or some shit. No. When your business make money, you pay your business back. You pay yourself, right? That's pay yourself first. You put some of the money right back into the business, and really most of the money is going to go back into the business. And then the least percent, then some of it gonna be saved, and some more of it is gonna be for you. The last bottom of it. You got to think about it when you're um creating this thing, and after you've done this for some years, it's going to be times where you don't even have to touch the business anymore. So when you understand money management and like leveraging, like get your first business paycheck and put most of the money right back into the business for the first, I don't know, like for the first 6 months, or maybe it could even be a year, you could never go broke because you've built the business up. You got to understand, when you're building a business, when you're building an infrastructure, when you're building anything, it's like blocks. You want to put a block right here, then you're going to put another one right here, then you're going to put another block, and then you're going to put another block. You don't just build one block and then when you get a second block, you take that block and take it to your house. Because now you're breaking down the business. So the business is right here. This the whole building. And you put a block right here, which is your initial investment of the business. And right when you get paid from the business, like the first couple of months, you put the block right back here again. Y'all gotta understand, building is like building a business is easier said than done, because if you don't really understand the infrastructure of how you do it, you're gonna be that person who just your business go up and you go shopping. Oh, it's time to treat myself, but it's not really time to treat yourself. When people be like, you gotta stay down for the come up, you really gotta stay down for the come up. That's why when you see people who are like rich and successful, when you see them people pop out with a Mercedes Benz, with a Trackhawk, SRT, them people ain't rushed to get that shit barely. No, them people got that shit for real in real life. And that's the type of person I want to be. Like anybody with a good credit score can easily go to the car dealership and get an expensive ass car just because they score good. But it's like they really don't have the money for that shit. You wanna make sure that you have real money in real life before you portray yourself to have money in real life, because it can kind of be different. It can kind of be dangerous. Now you sit up here, you try to pretend like you rich and stuff, but your business ain't made no sale the, within the last past months. Like, and it can be good as far as like dopamine and you build your self esteem and stuff. Other than that, like I just always a person that real. Like, I really want to be real. If it's not real, I don't want to fake it. So make sure that when you're promoting your shit and you like promoting your business, that you're showing real wins, things that you've built. You gotta build these things. So it's like, hmm it's like it's an infrastructure that once you continue to do this, you will always be like, you can never go down. You can never go back, because it's gonna always continue to run even when you're not there. That's when the whole idea of passive income come in. For real, see, I don't got time for this. Um, that's how the whole idea of passive income come in, because people be like, "Oh, I make passive income." You don't make passive income until you done put in work for like years or like months after you done actually built something. You know. So that's all I had to say. I'm gonna have to when I post this video, I'm gonna have to go back and see like how it was blurry. Probably because I'm far away. But yeah, that's that's really all it is. You want to just make sure. Okay. You just want to make sure that you keep it where it's at. Like, just like if just like if it's a person, if you with a person and this person have done good for you like 5, 6 times, you want to keep that between y'all relationship. You don't want to just take the stuff that they did for you and take it over here to a whole other person who ain't never did shit for you. And then now you want to build that up because it's taken away from that. And it's the same thing in business, and just like in life. You want to make sure that you build it brick by brick before you could you know build something else. And whatever that gives you that first initial success, soon as you find out that worked for you, don't change it. Do not change it. Just stay with it. you know but yeah, that's all I had to say, y'all. Y'all gonna see this video later because I'm gonna post it. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. Or I might get up on here tonight because I still got I got 2 other videos I gotta make. Look at my comments. Okay, I got a list. Like I see how I've been making videos is people like, oh, you been so consistent. Because when I'm just chilling, I think of the idea and I wrote it down. So tonight I gotta tell y'all some other stuff tonight. I'm gonna be back in the kitchen tonight. But I'm finna go back in the house and post this video too. And I'm gonna see y'all later.